Hey guys, we're back with the next episode of our Sryth Fantasy Text RPG. Thanks so much for hanging out and joining me. Yeah, my eyes has done something, so I can't see straight, which isn't good for a reading-based game, for any game really, where you have to see. So, might be struggling for a while. Just FYI, and I'm on fire, like really hot. Could be sign of something bad, which is not good. I'm gonna take my watch off because I don't need it. I reached all my watch goals for today already. Alright, so last time we were in Durnsig, and we were doing the adventure where we met a dragon. He says we had to get a box, give it to some people in Telinus. We've done that. So that was last episode. Now we're going to continue on with more of the adventures here in Durnsig. So let's hit it. We got a couple more, as you can see. So let's get started. The black filter. That's what I'm gonna go with. We're gonna always do scale because might as well. Having spent most of the day attempting to enjoy a long series of rather uninspired performances by a troupe of travelling minstrels, whose renditions of a small handful of well-known melodies leave much to be desired, you can't help but feel the splendid summer afternoon has largely been wasted. As late afternoon slowly rolls into a balmy dusk, you shuffle through the village square, grateful to provide your ears with much-needed respite from the incessant wailing assault of lyres and pipes, drums, and off-key voices. Passing near the southeast corner of the square, you startle to hear voices raised voices erupt out of the house of Talaro, Durnsing's renowned arcanist and potion maker. Immediately concerned by the angry nature of one of the voices in particular, you hurry over to investigate. Peering through the half-open door, you spy Talaro, engaged in a nasty rub with a tall, rotund-bearded man. The man standing several feet from the young, silver-haired woman. Talaro is a woman? Snaps a finger in her direction and unleashes a volley of vile curses. You think I have any qualms about taking it from you, he bellows. I'll take the filter and then thrash you just a good measure. It doesn't seem to me you've learned to show proper respect to those you should. I don't think it bothers me that you're last. Snakes are all the same to me. Clearly intimidated by the brute, Tarlaro, I don't know, takes a step back, pressing herself up against the bar wall, and tells him that unless he leaves, she'll call for the watch. The watch, she cries, stepping closer. I'd like to see that sort of watch you've got in this little patch of dirt, and he to stand against me. Ha! Give me the filter. I'll not ask you nicely again. The lumbering brute draws an iron rod and takes another step towards Talaro. Immediately realizing the danger she is, it takes you only a split second to leap into action. Let's hit telekinesis. Oh, that sounds fine. You channel your power of telekinesis, expertly wielding your mastery over mind over matter. You levitate a small log lying next to the hearth and forcefully hurl it at the man, striking him squarely in the side of the head. He cries out in pain and alarm as he instinctively draws his broad hands to his face. Wasting no time, you charge in and attack the dazed man, determined to prevent him from reaching Tarlaro. We'll go with that, Tarlaro. See, that's because I'm righteous. You see my alignment. Let's go for subduing. We don't know who this guy is, so he's obviously very strong, but subdued. The man stumbles and sinks onto the floor at your feet, severely battered with blood streaming from his mouth and nose. He pleads with you to spare him, despite the fact that you have no intention of doing him any further harm. Talaro promptly intervenes if unsure of your intentions. That's enough, she says, placing her hand reassuringly on your shoulder. Let him go. I just want him out of here. After nodding in response, you take hold of the large man and roughly drag him to his feet. Get up! Get up! Firmly gripping his collar, you lead the rotund man to the door, and I don't understand why my eyes are not focusing. I might have to put my glasses on, which aren't glasses. They're just for blue light. To the door and unceremoniously dump him into the lane outside. He straightens himself up, dusts off his attire, and mutters several curses before striding off across the village square, perhaps hoping to save what little dignity he managed to retain. I was never so glad to see someone go, says Talaro. Tylaro joining you at the doorway. Thank you, Allison. You're welcome, sweetheart. Just remember, I'm the hero around here. Speaking with a somewhat shaken Tylaro, you learn the man who staggered out of her dwelling is named Edric. Tylaro tells you that he's attempting to acquire a rare powerful potion from her called the Black Filter. I don't know how he knew I had it, she says. I wouldn't even show it to him, but I never intended for anything like this to happen. What a horrible scene. You learn that it's not the first time Tylaro has had a run-in with Edric. I don't know. Like me, he's an anarchist. Okay, that's not right. I can't see. Arcanist. Yes, I'm versed in Arcana as well. The term must be used quite loosely when applied to him, she says. He's a foul and dangerous sort who's quite accustomed to using his size and strength to get what he wants. It seems he may have finally met his match. Of course, he's met his match in Allison. The unpleasant scene that Edric seemed to have had a profound effect on Tylaro. However, after several mugs of pale ale, the young silver-haired woman appears to recover quite nicely. This is what he wanted, she says, retrieving a large stoppered bottle. Why are you showing it to me? I don't want it. And setting it on the table. This is the Black Filter, a very rare and powerful potion I recently acquired. Hope to study it and learn how it's made, and I don't know how Edric knew I had one of these, but this is what he came here seeking. I refused to sell it to him, and well, we know how all that ended. Perhaps you dare to sip from it? Tylaro removes the plug and pungent odor wafts out of the mouth of the bottle. Here, take it and get a better sense of it. You'll be braver than I if you were to try it. What's it do? You want to tell me what it does before you want me to try it? Okay, I can't see. Let me... It's probably going to be annoyingly glary, so I apologize for that because I have two lights in here. Can't tell because it's nighttime. It's really dark. As a matter of fact. Oh, yeah. It actually is helping. Wow, this works. Are you going to tell me what's in it before? Clutching the filter with both hands, you stare at the black liquids sloshing from side to side within the tall bottle. I can make up your mind for you, says Tylaro, smiling. Only take a sip if you want to. What's it for? Okay, I'm brave, and if you're doing the wrong thing to me, I'm gonna be PO'd. Okay. You exhale sharply and raise the filter to your lips, and closing your eyes, you take your first sip of the potent concoction. The instant the thick, foul-tasting liquid slips down your throat, your head begins to swim, and an intense burning sensation erupts in the pit of your chest. Sounds like she's trying to poison me. Trembling and sweating, you manage to retain your wits with the agony of burning sensation. Gradually gives way to a pleasant warmth that spreads throughout your entire body. As the feeling of warmth subsides, your trembling ebbs, and you begin to feel somewhat drained. What is it? Tylaro, who seems to have taken great interest in your reactions to swallowing the liquid, as if you'd like to take another sip. It's quite up to you. I wouldn't try too many, but another one might be alright. You stare at the thick liquid slushing around the filter as you try to make up your mind. Why? It didn't prove to me that it was worth anything, so no thank you. I don't think it's wise to chance fate again. It's impressive that you consume what you did, but I think I should study it a bit more closely. How about a spot of palo now instead? The night passes slowly as you sit and sip pale with Tylaro. The young silver-haired arcanist makes no mention of the events from early in the evening as she cradles her steaming mug with both hands and recounts for you several of the more recent happenings in Durnsig. Despite her outward affable demeanor, it's plain to see she's doing her best to forget the unpleasant scene that unfolded here. At last, as night turns to the wee hours of the morning, you politely take your leave. Tylaro sees you to the door and thanks you, peering out nervously into the dark as she wishes you well. I believe I've seen the last of Edric, she says in a hushed tone, but I can't be certain of that. Still, there is no need to dwell on it. We must try to think only pleasant thoughts and look forward to happier days. They are coming. We all must trust in that. With the last softly spoken words still ringing in your ears, you bid her farewell and make your way out into the dark, deserted center of the village. Nope, I still can't see right. I don't understand what that stuff was. Didn't seem to do anything for me. If there was some kind of effect, I might have kept drinking it, but it didn't have any, so I was like, whatever. Uno mas, you guys. Uno mas. 3 scrolls. Alright. Embark. While passing along a narrow forest road leading past the outskirts of Durnsig, you happen upon an old man garbed in a tattered green robe making his way south to the nearby village. Ah, just the fellow I've been looking for, he says, his echoing voice deeper than you expected. Perhaps you don't remember me, though I very much doubt that could be the case. Okay, now I don't. Before you can answer, a shimmering cloud of silver sparkles envelops the old man. Moments later, then, when the glittering cloud has dispersed, you start to find yourself staring at a robed, ghostly figure of Drumgorthal. Your instincts somewhat regretfully recall your last meeting with the fabled demon, lord in the gloom of Riddlewood Cave. I don't remember that at all. I don't remember that. Well met 1,000 times over, exclaims the demon. Okay. His broad grin, an unsettled sight. You might wonder why I've sought you out. Well, do you wonder it? And it's no wonder what you wonder at such a thing, but the answer will forever elude you unless I give it to you. Drumgorthal waves his left hand back and forth several times and then studies it closely. He frowns and repeats the odd action with his right hand. A square iron ring suddenly drops out of the air and lands on the road at your feet. Take that ring, you'll need it, he says momentarily. Okay. Stretching the top of his bald head. Go on, take it. Much as you continue to your continued astonishment, the ring rises off the ground and floats into your hand. Okay, sounds ominous. Drumgorthal nods and smiles. He then tells you to keep the ring safe. No sooner has he given you the instruction, however, the demon bursts into a short, obnoxious fit of laugh. Well, of course you'll keep it safe, he says. At the very least, you'll keep it. You couldn't drop it that if you wanted to, but why would you ever want to? Don't answer that. Just keep it safe, and you know the rest. What's that? Yes, of course you should wear it. In fact, put it on right now. No, I don't want to. At last, managing to get a word in edgewise, you ask him to the purpose of his visit and why he is giving you the ring. Giving, he says, drawing up the corner of his top lip and raising his eyebrows. Let's not be quite so hasty. I've temporarily granted you permission to use it. To use it, you must have it. To use it is not to own it. Let's be clear on that. Are we clear? Excellent. Now, we may proceed. Have you put on the ring yet? No, I ain't put that ring on. What is it? I'm not putting this ring on. No, I haven't put it on. My rings are full. This does nothing for me. Okay. No. Fine. What can I use least of all? Ring of Heroism. 6666. Gives me spirit. 12, 12, 2, 2, 2. I mean, that's important. Nine and 14. Nature's ring. 2. This is the least advantageous. So we'll take this off and put this on. Not happy about it. Yeah, I put it on. Speaking in soft but sinister tone, Drumgorthal tells you that since your ability to interact physically with the world is somewhat limited, he is in need of your help to complete a set of pressing tasks. Rival of mine, though I suppose I shouldn't extend her to the dignity that word implies, has unwisely taken it upon herself to ruffle my feathers, he says, folding his arms and shaking his head. She's stolen 3 scrolls belonging to me and hidden them away somewhere in this wretched, shall we say, interesting realm. If you wish to curry my favour, you'll receive the scrolls and return them to me. You ask the demon how it is you're supposed to locate the stolen scrolls. He rolls his eyes and sighs. I've done that much well in advance, he says, frowning. My rival, there I go again with another inappropriate use of the word, has stashed them in some ruins not very far from here. Quite convenient for purposes of retrieval, really. Yeah, that is rather convenient. Drumgorthal tells you that the scrolls hidden in the nearby ruins of Redgate Keep are likely protected by powerful magic crafted by his rival, magic which can be undone with the use of the iron ring he's just given to you. The demon waves his left hand and you suddenly realize you now know the precise location of the ruins of Redgate. Drumgorthal slowly nods. Now I suppose we must address such unreasonable things as what you'll get for your efforts. Yes, well, if we must, we must. I didn't say nothing about it. Drumgorthal tells you that he will give you 5,000 gold and perhaps something else of value when you return the 3 scrolls to him. You now know how to get to the ruins, so let's not tarry, he cries. I don't want to think of these poor scrolls lying about in such a horrible place, and the fact that the scrolls have ever entered this world is most dangerous. The longer they remain here, the more dangerous it becomes. Not for me, of course, but I think you understand, don't you? Sailing quite beyond your control, you have against another response to the demon's query. Very well, then it's all settled. Find those scrolls and bring them back to me. Alright, off you go. Delay is your enemy. But of luck, best of luck, and whatever else you might need. Okay. So this is a two-parter. The demon glowing image shimmers brightly and then vanishes, leaving you alone in the middle of the road. In the immediate wake of his abrupt disappearance, you find yourself haunted by the eerie feeling that every move is being observed by distant, unseen eyes. Despite the unsettling sensation, you seem unable to shake. You decide that you should investigate the ruins of Redgate as soon as possible and see what about recovering the 3 scrolls, which Drumgothal indicated are hidden within. With the impending task foremost in your mind, you set off along the road. Your mind played with thoughts of the demon and his sudden keen interest in you. Okay. Don't forget, you can always reference the location of any clearable dungeon you discover by viewing the clearable dungeon section in the Adventure Finder. To reach ruins of Ringate, travel to southwest Tisa, the Hard Hills, Durnsig, and then the ruins of Redgate. Alright. We've done all the adventures for this location, so yes, we might as well finish this up. I am going to rest. Okay, got my dwelling then. Well, where I'll rest. We'll drop some stuff here. Which is this stuff, which is worth a ton of moolah. Something's moving. Okay, 377, 341, 74. Alright, let's go with the dragon and drop items here. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. Why do I not have my ambient on? Drop items here. Okay. Yes, drop. I'm not getting rid of my adventurers. Why can't I drop this? Alright. Let's go to travel. Durnsing's not cleared yet. It says there's a clearable dungeon section. Available scenarios. I don't see no clearable dungeon section. Visit Elkin, the mapmaker, until you learn about the 3 clearable dungeons she can reveal to you. Okay. Pay a visit to Zorlon in his place at Blaze Grave to learn about the enchantments of Metal and Devastation. Investigate a newly sculpted stash in the battlegrounds. What battlegrounds? Alright. Let's hit the ruins. Your meandering has taken you from Durnsig to ruins of Redgate. You stand atop a steep, rocky slope in the midst of a tangled swath of forest east and north of Durnsig. All around you lie crumbling remains of the once great Redgate Keep. At the center of the field of rubble, a broad set of crumbling steps descend into darkness of the ruined forest lower level. Okay. What the? Okay. Let's go south first, I guess. No, let's go north first. Okay, I didn't want to go that way either, apparently. Gain trappings of ages past cluttered dark debris strewn corridors. The red gate keeps lower level. What does clearing it mean? Exactly. A short iron lever protrudes from the slot in the wall in this section of the corridor. You see a small alcove in the west. On the main corridor, heavy wooden door is age-worn, timbers reinforced with thick bands of iron blocks the entrance to a small cell. The door bears no latch. A small square window no bigger than your fist is cut in the top of the door. Yeah, let's take a look. You peer through the small window and immediately... What did he send me here for? Get scrolls. A dark figure lurking in the far side of the cell. Suddenly overcome an unsettling feeling, you step away from the door. Okay. Okay. So these are cells or something. I imagine I'm going to have to go in them at some point. There's levers on each end. Probably opens the cells. How about I see all about before I do that? Another lever here. Massifying door, its pitted surface rife with decay, stands closed beneath an ornate stone arch to the north. Despite the current state of despair, the door appears to be formidable. You open it. Your instant, your fingers brush against the surface of the door, violent jolt passed through your hand and up your arm, listening. Wow, my arm really started hurting. With your arm still aching. Why is it step away from the corridor? I don't think it has anything to do with electricity now. Okay. So it won't let me go this way. Let's go north. Another lever here. How many levers around here? Peer through the window. Same shadowy figure. No. Is it? It's an empty cell. Oh, this one's empty, so let's go. Oh. Okay, so the doors won't just open. I assume we have to use the levers. I heard Pitch Perfect. So this whole section is blocked off by levers. Alright, let's start pulling levers down, I guess. As your hand moves into a blue aura surrounding the lever, it's immediately forcefully expels. What? She won't let me push the lever. How about this one? You wish to eye level swipe with go loud click echoes on the slot in which the lever protrudes. Another empty cell. Let's open this door. Okay, no door opening apparently. Let's use the other lever. Okay, might as well do the rest. Oh, something's gotten out. A thin, lengthy hiss issues out of the darkness ahead of a lone skeleton appears out of the surrounding gloom. The undead being swaying unsteadily immediately moves in your direction. Well, my weapon's really good at undead stuff. After taking a few moments to recover, you step out over the shattered remains of the skeleton and resume your wary exploration of the passage. So anyway, like I was saying, I heard the Pitch Perfect recently. Okay, doors still aren't opening, but we're being attacked now by undead beings. So the song "Since You've Been Gone," like the acapella version from that movie, is in my head right now. Let's see. Here's the thing. Zoom, 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 zoom. And here's the thing. We started out. Series metallic burn echoes along the passage to the south. So all the doors are open, you think? You're standing in a small alcove at the west of the main corridor. A heavy wooden door is age-worn. Timbers reinforced with thick bands of iron stand open here. The formidable barrier, once protecting small seemingly empty cell, now lies open. Quick search of the cell turns up nothing of any significant interest. Confident you've overlooked anything, you step out of the cell. Zoom, 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 zoom. Here's the thing, we started out friends. It was cool, but it was all pretend. Yeah, yeah. Since you've been gone. What's on there? And all you'd ever hear me say is how I picture me with you. That's all you'd ever hear me say since you've been gone. A lot of people sing, so my tongue changes a lot. I love that one though. Clarkson. She's a goat. There's nothing in any of these cells. We just letting skeletons out? Is that what happened? Or whatever else, undead creatures. No, I want to check this out. Well, nothing has been in there yet. Search. Okay. Waste time, apparently. Alright, let's try the other. Search the cell. Okay. Search the cell. More dead things. And search the cell. There's nothing in any of these cells. How is this helpful whatsoever? Search the cell. Search the cell. Dedicated, took the time. Wasn't long until you called your mind. Yeah, yeah. There's nothing in any cell in here. We just unleashed skeletons. I was gonna do a lot of recording today, but no. Okay, this section's blocked off, and put the lever down. Can't pull any of the levers out. I mean, I put the ring on. And if you like it, then you sure to put a ring on it. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm a diva, I'm a diva, Oh my gosh. Getting real tired. Well, I've been tired already. This lever. Okay, none of these are working. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna walk around because we've looked at every flippin' tell it hasn't helped me. Suddenly. Oh. You suddenly saw a small glowing stone at the edge of the passage. Confident the stone was not there just moments ago, you left to believe that it is dropped by your skeletal foe. As you move closer to the stone, it's examined that the strange object promptly vanishes. Uncertain what to make of this odd turn of events, you put it out of mind as you resume your explorations of the passage. Alright, let's resume. Suddenly, nearly quite unexpectedly, descends upon the ruins of gateway. What? It's finished without my permission. Oh, okay, you're not done. I cleared it in that I killed everything that's in here. That's what you're telling me. There's a whole section I haven't been to. Yeah, let's pull the lever. Just quickly head to the stairs leading out. Has been added. Let's open the door. You're about to step forward and make yet another attempt to open the door when a common sense in your basic. I want to receive another painful encounter. Whatever is protected. What? You're so rude. I opened the lever. Alright, let's open the other lever. Okay. A loud, reverberating gun somewhere to the darkness in the west echoes along the passage. So now you can let me in. I had to press both levers. Okay, we're in. Oh, there's a chest. A massive ornate stone chest stands against the wall in this section of the corridor. The stone chest is closed. A tree of blue glowing glyphs are depicting a sword and shield adorned on the container's carved surface. Open. With your eyes fixed on the three glowing glyphs in the door and chest, you step forward and begin to lift its weighted lid. Suddenly, a glowing skeletal warrior. Despite your firm grasp of its edge, the chest's heavy lid adopts a bright green glow and suddenly slams shut. Only your enviable reflexes have spared you from losing your fingers. As you step away from the chest, a vile hiss from behind you shatters the silence, causing you hard to skip a beat. You spin in the direction of the unnerving sound, only find yourself face to face with an unwelcome, sinister sight. Stepping into the nearby gloom, in its fleshless fingers wrap slightly around the haft of the heavy axe. It is a scale-armored skeleton. The vicious undead warrior is enveloped in the same green aura that now surrounds the chest lid. With a shrill hiss, the skeleton rushes forward and attacks, swiping out at you with its deadly blade. The skeletal warrior staggers back, sways unsteadily for a moment, and then collapses into a heap of bone. As the glow that surrounds it begins to fade, you quickly note that one of the glyphs adorning the chest has vanished. Okay, open the chest again. So we're just gonna keep fighting. More skeletons. Won't reread. See? Didn't move my fingers because we got open sesame. You step into the stone chest and carefully lift its weighted lid as a massive box begins to open. A soft silver glow spills out from the interior and splashes across the floor of the passage. Peer into the chest and relates to find 3 glowing scrolls resting at the bottom of the massive stone box. Pale silvery aura surrounds each of the scrolls. You can obtain the object through a quest. Which is the chest to take possession of the radiant trio. As you remove the scrolls from the chest, a strange feeling washes over you. This is a sensation rapidly replaced by a strong desire to leave this room there and complete your mission. You quickly examine the scrolls, but find much to your dismay that you're unable to infer them. Content to allow their culture to remain a mystery. Take the scrolls safely amongst your other belongings and step away from the chest. With the scrolls now in your possession, you're eager to make your way out of the ruins and complete your mission. Yes, let's leave. Thank you. And we out. Suddenly, as you reach the top of the stair and step into the welcome light of the outside world, you spot the ghostly glowing image of Drumgor Thou, leaning against a moss-covered block of stone. The demon, who appears to be dozing, seems suddenly aware of your arrival. His eyes fly open. He turns to you with a leering grin. "And how's my favourite adventurer?" he says. "I have to believe you haven't come out here just to disappoint me. What's that? You have the scrolls? Splendid. Great. Utterly magnificent. Here, let me have them." Should I let you have them? Before you quite know what is happening, the 3 scrolls fly out from among your possessions and streak through the air, landing in Drugmore Thou's outstretched hand. The demon briefly examines them before slipping them inside his glowing robes. "Excellent!" he shrieks, visage momentarily consumed by a maniacal grin. "Very well done. You've exceeded my expectations, and they were quite modest, but none of that matters now. Oh, and I'll be taking back that ring as well. Yes, that's right, taking it back. I said I would, didn't I? Well, it doesn't really matter, because I am." The demon waves his right hand, and the square iron ring vanishes. Good, I can put my ring back on. Boom. Now we're talking. "This is most certainly an achievement for the ages," says Drugmore Thou. "We've managed to beat the best of every game opponent. Not mention this is a minor feat. Well done. Now we shall not celebrate this moment in silence." Drugmore Thou waves his right hand, and a host of dark, translucent robed figures appear from around the two of you in a broad circle. A dozen sinister figures, their ghostly faces concealed by the deep gloom, gather beneath their overhanging hoods. We get a slow, rhythmic applause that does little to inspire any semblance of a celebration. "Enough!" screams the demon, again waving his right hand. The ghostly robed figures instantly vanish. The droning echo of their unenthusiastic applause lingers for several long seconds. "I should have known they'd try to spoil the moment. They'll pay for that, rest assured on that score." Drugmore Thou falls silent and appears to study you close for several moments. The entity, seemingly annoyed by something, frowns and sighs. "I promise that you'll be rewarded," he says, "and I never go back on a promise, almost never. Here, accept this small token of my sincere appreciation." Again, Drugmore Thou waves his mighty hand, and a sack full of gold appears at your feet. "And take possession of the gold strain, feeling leaving you drained as it fades." Why does this stuff keeps leaving me drained? "There. And then it's come to this little endeavour," says Drugmore Thou, folding his arms and nodding. "You may meet again, perhaps sooner than you expect, or would like. It cannot be helped, I'm afraid. I require your assistance. You desire to provide it to me, don't you? Of course you do. For that, I and those who live in my grand shadow thank you." Suddenly the ghostly figure of Drugmore Thou shimmers and vanishes, leaving you alone amidst the crumbling, moss-covered ruins of Redgate. With no desire to linger here even a moment longer, and most thankful to no longer be in the presence of the demon, you begin to make your way down the hill and back through the forest toward Durnsig. As you pass through the dense woodland, you begin to wonder when, if ever, you will next encounter the Lord of the Waking Mire. Oh, he has a title and everything. This episode went too long, but hey, we did it. There's no more adventures here, so we're going to end the episode there. Thanks so much for hanging out and finishing these adventures for Durnsig. Next episode, we're going to investigate the massive claw-shaped standing stone, because it's here in my face, so must do it. Let's see if my rank's gone up. I did add a few things. Weaponry is 7, and slashing is 9, and woodsmanship's 9. Nice. Alright. Thanks so much for hanging out. You know what I'm going to say. Peace.